the Secretary of the Navy's office sent their medical team in to see me and talk to me about standing on the flag. They had a lot of honor for me. They were very cool. And they concurred with what I had done with registering the flag at the Navy's office when the United States ceased to exist. They concurred on the mechanics of my position as a muster-master with the Secretary of the Navy's office. And they were saying that in their paperwork they were going to say I was a man of my word. To me it meant a lot, because I was all alone. But that meant a lot to me. They cut my hair. I looked real wild. Imagine going 100 days without food and having a big beard in your hair and you stink. You come in and they cut me up, cut my hair, gave me a razor, they did it for me. I was pretty weak. And then that judge allowed me to start shipping as Postmaster General, to start shipping my own food into that vessel, because that vessel was parked on my land. I proved to him during those time frames that this is my land. The vessels are all here. They're all got fraud grammar on them. He says, you're going to ship your food into that vessel. And so we put together, I didn't, but the people that were outside of and witnessing this put boxes and boxes of food together for me. I put manifests together and I mailed my food into that jail holdings facility. I was still in booking because they couldn't book me through booking. But I got my own cell and I had boxes and boxes of food in there. So I got to eat. You know, I couldn't really build my strength up because I was really, my body took a tremendous beat down. They were beating me up too, but the beating stopped as they saw the courage of my conviction, and the guards were arguing amongst themselves, saying, this is wrong. We don't have I could hear them. They were arguing in the hall saying, nobody has a contract with this guy. Why is he here? This is wrong. I could hear the guards arguing. Gotta beat him up. Gotta beat him up. Roy Cordy says beat him up. And they beat me down, but they didn't knock me out. That's the difference. I picked myself off the ground. I was proud of myself to get that food mailed in there. That was quite an accomplishment. Anyway, I got navigated out of that trial, and I was during that trial, I had turned to the federal government for help. The federal government gave me clues, but they would not step in to help. By clues, they would say, I would call the federal clerk up across the way. I was in a state venue. I'd call the federal clerk up. I'd tell him I'm federal-judge, Russell-J. Gould. She'd say, I know who you are. You're the guy that's mailed himself into this situation. I says, I didn't mail myself in here by my choice. No, sir. She said, Russell, she says, you just got to aim for navy blue. Aim for navy blue, sir. I thought a lot about that. You have a lot of time to think when you're by yourself. Lots of thoughts come into your mind. But mainly the food. Mainly the food. I literally wrote manifests out of food, what I wanted when I was starving, because they gave me a pen and paper, pencil and paper. And the guards would steal that paper from me. They said, what is he writing about? He's writing about food. He's hungry. I remember hearing Klein and those guys, Wagner and them guys. You know, I ended up with friends out of there, but I ended up with a lot of enemies too, because they didn't like me standing my ground. They thought I was some kind of anarchist, when the mirror was they were the ones that were fraudulently there, not me. They brought me there. They shouldn't have, but they did. During that case, when I got out, because I had to challenge the federal government, I figured out a back door to order the U.S. Supreme Court open through the Department of Defense. They helped me. I went to the Pentagon when I got out immediately. My family disowned me. They would not support me in any way. I took a Greyhound bus with the little money I had. I made it back to North Carolina. And there I got myself mailed up into Washington, D.C. I then needed to use my IRS judgment to bond myself to go into the District of Columbia into the Foreign Vessel and Dry Dock through the United States International Trade Commission, for I was foreign to it and it was foreign to me. I registered my bonds, my authorization through the International Trade Commission. They sat down and met with me. They autographed the stamps. I autographed the stamps, and I mailed myself through a back door that I had found in the codes of the U.S. Supreme Court, where I did not need a writ of certiorari. Because I could read the syntax, I could cipher the secret codes. When I ciphered the secret codes, I found a back door to order the court open. At the courthouse itself, they physically took a gold filing from me, for I am the Postmaster General of the country. I can file in gold. And I filed a gold coin. They took the gold coin. I ordered the court open on a specific date. I also filed a sea treaty with the nearest church, Catholic Church, because the Catholic Church runs the District of Columbia through what they called the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception, which are all the hieroglyphics that you see on all the buildings there. And they run it as a tomb for dead people. And they try to claim your contracts, and they try to claim other things that are within you when you pass on. This is wrong. Anyway, through the Basilica National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception, and through the things that I had done at the Vatican, because I had been to the Vatican, which I haven't got into yet, before I filed my sea treaties, which gave me all the authorization in the world to be there. When the Catholic cardinals saw me in the church, kitty corner to the U.S. Supreme Court, and I identified myself as the keymaster of the Vatican, and I had people with me, he said, "Leave now or I'll have you arrested," and he took off running from me out of his church. I says, "Well, how the heck are you going to do that? You're on the run." This is when I needed my tactical security teams to grab that guy so I could sit him down to the actualities of the pecking order on this planet. Who I am in correlation to who he's not. So, did not have my security team at that function. Next time.